Navigation Part 2 consists of two sections. Let's begin with VHF navigation equipment.
The VHF navigation equipment includes 3 ILS receivers, 2 DME receivers, and 2 VOR receivers. The VOR receivers, left and right, are controlled by the respective control panel located on the glare shield. The control panels are identical, with conventional controls for the VOR tuning and course selection. The Auto Manual Select switch allows automatic FMC or manual VOR tuning. With manual selected, the VOR is tuned by manually setting the desired frequency in the frequency indicator. Now click on the Auto Manual Select switch to select Auto Tuning.
In Auto, the FMC automatically selects and tunes both VORs. The HSI mode selector must be in the map or the plan mode to allow automatic FMC tuning of the VORs. The tuned frequency is displayed in the frequency indicator.
Anytime the VOR is being tuned, either manually or automatically, the associated DME is automatically tuned by its respective VOR.
Navigation data from the left VOR is displayed on the captain's HSI, provided the HSI mode selector is in a VOR mode. Data from the right VOR is displayed on the first officer's HSI, when a VOR mode is selected. The tuned VOR can be identified using the audio control panel. First, select the VOR position using the VOR ILS switch. Then use the appropriate left or right receiver control to adjust the volume. The 3 ILS receivers are simultaneously tuned by a single ILS control panel located on the aft pedestal. ILS frequency changes are inhibited during multiple autopilot approaches after localizer or glide slope capture. The selected runway front course is locked to prevent changes when the localizer is captured. Unlike the VORs, the 3 ILS receivers cannot be automatically tuned by the FMC. However, the FMC can automatically tune an ILS frequency selected in the VOR control panel and use the ILS DME for position updating.
The left ILS provides course and glide slope signals to the captain's ADI, and if the ILS mode is selected on the mode selector, the HSI. The right ILS provides signals to the first officer's instruments. When ILS is selected on the standby attitude indicator, the center ILS provides raw data indications. ILS information is also supplied to the FCCs. All 3 ILS receivers are turned off and the ILS displays are removed from the instruments by rotating the frequency selector to the parked position. The frequency indicator displays PK. If the indicator has LCDs, dashes are displayed. The DMEs associated with ILS localizers are tuned manually by the ILS control panel. The localizer DME is displayed on the HSI. The localizer DME on the RDMI is preceded by the letter L.
ILS frequencies can be identified using the audio control panel. First, select the ILS position using the VOR ILS switch, then use the appropriate left or right receiver control to adjust the volume.
Let's now look at the marker beacon and ADF.
The captain's and first officer's marker beacon lights are located on each instrument panel. Both marker beacon lights are operated by the marker beacon receiver. That is part of the left VOR receiver. On some aircraft, a single ADF system is installed with the ADF control panel. On other aircraft, however, a dual ADF system is installed with a single ADF control panel. That ADF control panel is located on the aft pedestal.
The control panel has two frequency selectors, each with a corresponding frequency indicator.
On 767 extended range aircraft, bearings to the left and right ADF stations are displayed on the HSIs, regardless of HSI mode selection.
The station can be orally identified using the Audio Select panel. Now let's answer a few questions.
The FMC will automatically
The localizer. All three ILS receivers are turned off by rotating the frequency selector to the parked position.